But we approach it scientifically, do some experiments, do some rigorous testing, and not just, well, that feels good enough to me. Then I think we can make it work just fine.
And in 3, 2, 1, ignition. All right.
All right.
With its unique recovery system on board, Aurora looks almost ready to fly. But before heading to Argonia and Aurora's big debut, the team set her up one time for the local crowd.
Man, buddy, I think it was worth it.
I think so, don't you, buddy? Look at that. Good level.
Team effort, guys. Well, team, they said it couldn't be done, you know, but by God, we did it. Here's to us.
There you go, gang. Yes, sirree. Here you go, Ed.
3 launches complete in the How Low event. Woo! Alien with an Attitude and Express Mail gave it their best shot, but the low-tech spool holds the lead. Hillbilly Rocketry put a modified piece of patio furniture up to 125 feet and got it back under parachute. But the biggest and strangest rocket of the competition is still waiting in the pits.
This is another entry in the How Low Can You Go event here at Rocket Challenge. This is actually going to be a flying porta potty. The name of the rocket is Our Stinking Rocket.
My name is Kai Michelson. My friends call me Rocket Man. I put together a number of team members. We decided to have a little fun at LDRS. So we decided, well, what the heck could we launch that nobody else has done? An outhouse.
You really are going to shoot this off?
The 2 brown tubes are the motors, 2 M1419s.
That means they're pitting the outhouse against almost 3,000 pounds of thrust.
This pin I'm bending up here now is to put through here, and it's going to be attached to the parachute. So when the chute comes out by a lanyard, we're going to pull this pin out, open up the door, and we hope to have a shower of toilet paper coming out for a little added effects.
3, 2, 1, blast off!
We got to strap him in there. A toilet astronaut. I get pretty inspired, you know, pretty pumped up on it. I've been obsessed with this rocket thing. When you go out in my shop, there's rockets everywhere. I've always said, if you put a rocket on it, it'll go faster. This is home of Rocket Man. This is where I have my most fun. This is my shop where I, become very creative, and I've made a lot of fun things here. As you can see, we got a wide variety of vehicles in here. We've actually fired 5,000-pound thrust rocket motors right inside this house. My wife thought I should probably get in some type of a fitness program, so I went and bought a bicycle, and it sat there for a long time, and what the heck, I threw a rocket on it.
Another successful launch.
What can you say? Hey, she's Rocket Woman. A lot of people close their eyes, they see women. I see rockets. I was a straight D student in school, the lowest of the lowest. My father brought me down to an electronics shop, and he taught me how to build a crystal set, and I brought it to school. And the teacher was just amazed. As you made it, I said, I made everything myself. I soldered it, everything. And she looked at me, boy, you're pretty smart. And that teacher said that to me. It just pushed a button in me. I found out by building stuff, you get attention and you get respect. I do have a little background. I was in the film business, a stuntman, a special effects guy, and a stunt coordinator. I have pictures of my great uncle in 1905 racing motorcycles at the Minnesota State Fair. I guess even a little bit of the daredevil stuff came back then. This is him coming off a ski jump. You can see him flying through the air. He jumped over 65 feet. I really don't have a profession. I'm just kind of a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Rockets, that's really where I'm coming from.
Oh, you're just going to S it all in. I see what you're saying, yes.
Do we have this notched at all? Or?
The foil helps hold it a little bit, and then we can put a strip of masking tape over it just to make sure.
Nobody nobody has ever launched an outhouse.
It's like flying a refrigerator. All right, come on. We need somebody to grab a hold of this rod once we get this out of here and kind of hold it up into place.
Our stinking rocket is standing proud.
He's shaking already, Kai.
Yeah, I like to kiss my rockets before they leave.
We're on countdown, so
He was a stinking rocket.
Hey, they tell me they figure this thing is going to crash and burn, so I better move my rocket.
We don't know what it's going to do. In theory, things are going to be fine. But like I mentioned, if just one thing goes wrong when it first starts, a lot of things are going to go wrong, one after another. It's going to be a lot of fire. There's going to be a lot of action, that's for sure. Yeah.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come on.
History is about to be made in this Kansas wheat field. It's the final launch of How Low Can You Go? And not only will we crown a winner in the event, but we're about to answer the burning question, can an outhouse really fly?
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Was that a successful launch or was that a successful launch?
That was perfect.
It moved.
We couldn't have planned it that way, to be honest with you. We didn't engineer it that well.
Parachutes were out right off the pad. We'll have to get a rules reading on that one on whether or not it's a disqualification, but it was cool.
Yeah.
The outhouse hits just 119 feet on its flight into infamy. It's the lowest launch of the competition. But no successful recovery means disqualification for Kai Michelson. The Hillbilly Spool is the winner at 125 feet.
Won the competition.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's not about, you know, whether you win or lose.
Sorry, Kai Michelson, but
it is.
A 13-year-old took you.
Yeah. The boy's 13 years old. We came, we saw, we kicked cans.
Argonia is about to get its first look at Aurora, but not before Team Extreme stops off in Dallas for one final step.
We want this baby to be an eyeful.
No hot rod is complete without a custom paint job.
Oh, LDRS. That's where it's at. It's the whole reason for the whole thing.
Since Aurora should top out at the same altitude as passenger jets fly, a special FAA waiver is needed for the launch. Air traffic will be diverted, but only for 1 hour.
We have only a narrow window of time to shoot the rocket because of the FAA waivers. We're very high, very fast.
Straps are tight.
Y'all ready?
Okay, guys. Ready? There we go.
Look at that.
We'd never built a rocket this big. We've never flown this high before, especially with something this large. This particular P motor is so big and the propellant rather costly that we will be actually flying this rocket untested. We want to make sure our igniter is all the way up to the top of the grain, because if we go ahead and ignite a grain, say in the middle, and our igniter is not all the way up, it'll probably KO the motor. So this is very critical right here. Not that I'm nervous or nothing.
In half the time it takes for a jet airplane to roll down a runway, to half the time it takes you to take off.
Let's use
Aurora's
that
going to
duct tape.
already be at 30,000 feet.
Okay.